Hi, I am Luke and I love computer science. Today, I will teach you how to make a sprite move across the screen. Want to make a game without signing in? Start a new project. Click on Sprite Lab with the little penguin dancing on the green tiles. Click Run to see what happens. Now a white background. That is boring. We can change the color of the background by clicking on the World tab and setting the background to this specific one, or just set the background color. I will choose to make a detailed background. Did you see that? The When Run block is an event handler, or an orange block that's already set for you. When you click this arrow, you can change the background. Now, if it's wooden, every time you hit run, the background will always be wooden. But that's boring too, because there's nothing on the wooden background, even though there's texture to it. Sprites are basic characters that could be made by coding. Did you hear that click? That means the blocks are attached to each other, and now they can make the event happen every time when you hit run. The purple bunny sprite is located at 200, or pretty much the center of the screen. When you hit run, the bunny will appear in the center of the screen every single time. Now, that's also boring because nothing's moving. How are we going to get the sprite to move or do any behaviors? Well, we could click on the Behaviors tab, obviously, and we could drag the Sprite Begins block. Sprite Begins is how the behavior is born. Then you can get any behavior to the green outline and then click it there. Sprite Begins growing means that every time when you hit run, the bunny will eventually grow. The behaviors depend on it. If the bunny is growing, the bunny is growing. If it's spinning left, it's spinning left, all right. If it's spinning to the right, it is spinning to the right, too. You could also play around with other behaviors, like moving north and looping. Now, the bunny will move up and will continue to make an indefinite loop. If you want it to go out of bounds, you can attach the moving north block, and the bunny will never come back. That's why it's not in a loop. But moving north and looping could be the best option if you want your bunny to still stay on the screen. And it's not just bunnies. You can make other different sprites just like the background by clicking on the red arrow to see a drop-down menu of many different sprites to choose from. You can choose from a cow, a crab, a watermelon, and so much more by just clicking on a sprite. A crab is what I'm going to choose. But when I hit run, it's not moving north. That's because, oh no, a purple bunny is below the red crab block. That's not the right sprite. Change it to make sure it is the right sprite. There we go. Since this is an easy bug to debug, that's funny, I will not do any more debugging. That just shows you that sprites could be created with development. Now, you could either create more sprites by just repetitively clicking on the block and just sending it to a new location. By the way, you can click on the pin to move the sprite to a new location. You don't even have to type the X and Y values. Just move the sprite to wherever you want. And the crab will move north and looping, and the ladybug will always be up here at 201, 333. So the ladybug will always appear here, and the crab will always move up and will continue to come back looping. Now, you could do something very fun with the crab if you want. One of the behaviors that is exceptional is moving with arrow keys. That means every time when you press an arrow key, the crab will move in that direction. See? When you click left, the crab will move left. If you click right, the crab will move right. If you click up, it will move up. If you click down, you would move down. Now, interestingly, when you press left and up at the same time, the crab will go diagonally in that direction, as same as down and right. Up and left and down and right will give the crab an opportunity to go diagonally. Finally, once you're satisfied, you can make any final tweaks and changes, or if you just want to remove a sprite. And that's all. But you can also create more sprites if you don't want to repetitively drag this block, this block, this block, this block, this block, this block, all at once. You don't even have to make multiples of these blocks in order to make multiple sprites. This singular block takes care of that. Change it to the crab sprite. And look, 3 new crab sprites appear so that you don't have to repetitively drag this, drag this, drag this, drag this all the time. But for some reason, when you hit run and reset, the crabs will all move into random locations. See, since creating 3 new crab sprites all depend on the movement, if you move a crab sprite to a different location, the 3 crabs will keep moving along with the motion every single time. This is kind of like a simulation, as you can see, because hitting run and reset will have different opportunities. Now, my crab sprite is not moving, but the other 3 are. To fix this is very strange, but you must remove these ones, and then all your crabs move. Sure, 1 crab is removed, but that's not a problem. We could just add 1 more crab, and there we go. It's all fixed. But since I want to make things simple today, I am just going to make my sprite move across the screen for today. Make sure it is the right sprite. There we go. Click reset so that you can interact with the program. Again, just like I mentioned earlier, you can move the sprite to a different location. It is ultimately based on the movement. And there you have it. When you click the arrow keys, the crab will always move in that direction. If you want to stop moving the crab, you can either let go of the arrow keys or press the blue pause button between the reset and the arrow keys buttons. This will stop you from moving your crab, and the arrow keys will turn gray. If you want to move your crab again, you can either hit reset and run, or hit the big orange play button so that you can move your crab again. You could always do this when you're ready or even not ready to move your crab in a different direction. Also, if you want to add any finishing touches, you could even change the background if you want. Changing backgrounds is one of the many new ways to add more detail to your project. You could even make a theater scene. Whichever background you choose, either one will be fine. A more listed facts of behaviors will help make your sprite do anything. Like when you drag the fluttering block, the sprite will always flutter. Moving with arrow keys will just not do anything, but when you click the arrow keys, it moves. But since we're only talking about moving the sprite across the screen today, I'm going to stop there. So there you have it. That's how you make a sprite move across the screen. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but don't hesitate. Sorry, that's error for me. Oh. And you could enjoy your project as much as you want. and you can play many rounds of playtesting if you want. You could also share it with your family and friends by sending the phone number, and then it will be sent via Twilio. Charges may apply to the recipient, however. Or, for a more basic approach, you could just copy the project link, or the link to the project in this case. You can either remix it or rename your project. Untitled project is boring. You can change the name of your project anytime by clicking Save and then rename again to name your project again. If you feel the name is wrong, no problem. Just rename it. Finally, if you're sure you're satisfied, you could just keep playing. I'll see you later, guys. Take care.